Hello everybody and welcome to the 2025/26 season, and we begin with the Community Shield match between the league champions Manchester United and us, the FA Cup winners of course. Now the Community Shield, when it was known as the Charity Shield, was one of my favourite games to look forward to in the season, especially in the Premier Manager, I think in 1998 on the PS1. That was a great game, and you knew you were doing well when you were in the Charity Shield match. And for the very first time, Chesterfield will play in this one-off fixture, but we will be without doubt the unlikely winners in this game due to Manchester United's dominance over us and a few niggles with pre-season. But let's just take a look at the schedule we've had, and then the Premier League season and the Europa League season that is due to come up. So we played the under-18s in the opening friendly and had no real problems with Dahl Fry. Picked up an injury. Maybe that was the one he has now. Yes, it is. So he's been out for the majority of pre-season. Chesterfield under-18s for some reason kept hurting our players, which is really, really annoying. And as a consequence, we were very tired heading into our tour of Germany. We lost 2-0 to one of my old rivals from FM11, Augsburg. They beat us fair and square. Nobody even gave a decent performance in that game, but we recovered with the week rest to beat Mainz by 3-0. We had Tom Bertram, Alejandro Pinillos and Tomas Forza on the score sheet, and we did even better against St. Pat's football friends, Hanover 96. We thrashed them by 4-0. Michael Henning grabbing a brace. Our sort of feeder club, Matlock, were our hosts at Causeway Lane, and we gave them another good thrashing. We got Mark Davies on the score sheet again, which is fantastic. Then we played Burnley at their brand new stadium, and we snuck the win in this one. 1 goal in each half, but a late Ryan McLaughlin goal gave them some hope. And then it was an honour to be invited to a testimonial game. It's the first time I've actually been invited to one as opposed to hosting one, and it was for Adrian, the goalkeeper. He's now 38 years old, and he's been with Stoke ever since the Premier League era, and he's been loyal throughout their miserable championship days. And we actually put 3 goals past him thanks to Forza, one of my new signings, Jamal Hoogland, and Ronnie Pinho from the penalty spot. So now it leaves us with 2 consecutive games against Manchester United, who gave us one of our worst defeats in the entire series last season, and that has basically been the pattern between the two clubs. We only beat them once, and that was 2024. 23/24, so it was really, really poor record against them. They beat us 6-1 there. They beaten us 5-0 before. They beaten us 3-0 in the FA Cup before. It's just a really, really one-sided affair. Manchester United are so good. They actually didn't win the Champions League. It was Paris Saint-Germain, just out of curiosity. But we play them again at the Proax Stadium to open up the Premier League. Then we face off against very tough opposition, including newly promoted Leeds United. Their famine is over. You can see it's been so long, and they're finally back. Then we play Liverpool. We've a mixed record against them. We play Sunderland, another tough team. We start off the Europa League on that Thursday. Then Chelsea, Huddersfield, who make their valiant return to the top flight. Then QPR, Swansea, more Europa League games. Leicester, Arsenal, Man City, and so on until it resets on New Year's Day with Manchester United, and the season ends against Watford. So that should be very interesting. And our FA Cup defence will begin sometime in January there, and then the Capital One Cup, we have a bit of a reprieve there as we are back in the 3rd round. So I'd love to win that competition, but I wouldn't count on it. So that's all you need to know about my pre-season and my actual coming season. Now for the transfers, we'll begin with the players who've left, and it's been a rather calm and concise transfer window for us. We let go of Donovan Daniels to Brighton and Hove Albion for €500,000, and that was a good deal. In my opinion, we made a profit on him, and he's not really a versatile defender. He did his job as well as he could, but he had a very poor second campaign with us, so I had to let him go really for the sake of his career. and we'll see who I replace them with. And then a big surprise, Manchester United didn't have a reserve goalkeeper behind David De Gea, so they made a shock bid for Jakob Rinne, and I just felt because of his great loyalty that a new challenge would be what he deserves, and if he wins a Premier League medal, that would be fantastic, as his career will be coming to an end very soon. But I wouldn't have accepted from anybody else. He wanted to leave, but I wouldn't have accepted any other bid from any other Premier League club except Manchester United, because he deserves something to celebrate his career with. He can be a deputy to David De Gea, and he will be against us today, probably on the bench. And now let's talk about the players I've brought in. So I have actually kept Davies. You probably saw him already. He's kept. But my first big signing to replace Donovan Daniels is Jamal Hoogland. We bought him very cheaply from Ajax, and his value is already triple what I paid for. So that's fantastic. He's been with Roda, Angers, Vitesse and Ajax, and his career hasn't really taken off. So I felt at 25 years old he's got one real last chance to make a name for himself, and he's got some very solid stats, nothing below 10 in this department, but he's not really good at heading. I didn't really notice that. Are we already focused on something? Yeah, I think I'll actually change that to heading. His marking is 14, so we'll change that to heading. We need him to be better at heading. Well, he'll be playing at right back today due to some injuries, but I would like to play him at centre back and right back. It doesn't really matter, he's very versatile. My director of football found a young Englishman on the fringe of Stoke and made a quick bid, and for 1.1 million he has been taken away from the Potteries, and he's coming to Chesterfield as a right winger. He's not he's the right age to be able to play without registration in the Premier League, which is a big relief, and he's already got wonderful attributes. You can take a look for yourself. Winger attack, you can see crossing is good, his technique is quite good, his work rate is excellent, and his physicals are very good for a youngster, but hopefully his strength can grow in time. Now, you may have remembered Tottenham Hotspur have been relegated, and they've been utterly pillaged throughout their transfer window. They've made a few signings, in fairness to them, but they've lost Harry Kane, Hugo Lloris, Mattia Desciglio and other top players, and they haven't done much to replace them. But I decided I wasn't going to touch them since they didn't really have any players I wanted. But then I found this guy. He's now with us on loan. He's got fantastic midfield attributes, and his contract is expiring next season, so I hope to pinch him away from Spurs, because he'd want to play Premier League football as opposed to being stuck in the Championship. But I worry for Tottenham. They could be in severe danger of not being promoted on the second attempt, and this guy could be one of their star players in the future, and I want him badly. So by taking him out on loan, I have a great chance of doing just that. So let's just see what kind of players they've left. Yeah, not really many names I recognise, but David Hanlon was one player I wanted as a centre back, but I just decided against it since he only plays in one position. But I expect him to leave the club at the end of the transfer window, and they have a really random goalkeeper to replace Lloris, so they're in severe danger. And then one more player I want to bring in is a goalkeeper because of some unfortunate luck, and unfortunately this guy is injured as well. But Neil Smulders, I'll try and get him on loan. He won't have his contract expiring yet, but he looks fantastic for such a young goalkeeper. He's 2 stars already, and he could easily go to 5 stars if his report is anything to go by. Oops, sorry, wrong button. So there you go, you have 5-star potential ability from Coughlin. His actual judging potential isn't great, but he could be reasonably correct as the years go by. But he's interested in joining the club in future, but he will hopefully join us on loan. And that's pretty much all I need to say in that. Our finances are excellent, and we'll try and maintain them throughout the year. But let's just have a bit of fun and see if we can get payback at Manchester United and win at Wembley for the 3rd time in a row. Okay, welcome back to the match screen, and this pre-match analysis describes my situation perfectly. Linus Muller David Shanahan and Alejandro Pinillos have all been injured in the last few weeks. Muller was actually just a day away from playing in this game and he was hurt in training. Shanahan, similar situation, hurt in training, and Pinillos, he's still injury prone, but he was hurt for a brief spell in a match, but he'll be back hopefully in time for the start of the season. Shanahan actually got a really bad one. It's a strained knee ligaments, so he's out for 6 to 7 weeks. Linus Muller, just a strained neck, but my regret now is that he doesn't have a medal to play for. He hasn't won anything in his time at Chesterfield since he joined in 2021/22. I decided to give Jakob Brynne the chance to win his medal and he got it, so that was fair enough, but that's really, really bad. Manchester United though, have they got any injury problems before we look at their proper lineup? No, they actually have nobody injured, but Lukaku is on the bench, as is Jakob Brynne, so worries abound. But here's a look at my starting 11 that is fit to play. Mesa, Gulden, Forza, Kinsella, Stephenson and Pinho will form my midfield and strike force. Kavanagh, Kuba, Reeves, and a debut for Hoogland with Marcel Phillips yet again playing in Wembley. One of my youth goalkeepers are on the bench, and Lewis Mayo gets a chance to impress as Tom Bertram isn't fully fit. But there's another look at Manchester United. They've got Cesar, Lukaku and Will Glynn on the bench. They look really, really strong. They've signed Rudolph from Newcastle United, which is a massive coup, and that could be a severe blow for Newcastle. He was one of their best players all of last season. We'll just see how Newcastle have coped in the transfer window. They've definitely spent big. A lot of very good players there, but they let go of Rudolph, and they'll be looking for an even better season than before. But let's just finally get on with this game, see how we get on. It should be Manchester United win, but we'll try and deny them as best we can. So let's turn on the crowd noise, keep it disciplined, and actually make Forza shadow striker. There you go, perfect. So team talk. Oops, it's really, really sorry here, guys. I think we'll just put the pressure on Manchester United. So enjoy playing and remove the pressure from your system. That seems to be working. Yes, very good. There you go. So here we go. Can we win the Community Shield in Chesterfield's very first attempt at winning the trophy? And already that's a poor start, giving the ball away on the wings, and Ronnie Pinho has to consolidate by giving away a foul. So Manchester United back at Wembley in Chesterfield. The FA Cup winners will be hoping to upset the apple cart, and it's good possession for us so far. The 4-3-3 isn't doing the best in terms of keeping possession, but that's why it's so dangerous. I think we have to show some passion here, and that's a throw in from the right wing, and it's cleared by United. Kubat though is able to keep the possession. Goal kick given away. Phillips playing at Wembley yet again. What an honour it is for him. Reeves and Kubat, my centre defensive pairing for the future. They've given the ball away just a little bit too crazily there. Cleared. Back to Mendes and Forza, who of course is the FA Cup legend. Here's Yara Mesa and Forza combining. Can Forza score? Mesa! Oh, it's cleared. Or it's closed down, and this is a counter-attack, but it's dealt with very well. Ostulanli to Jones, and Rudolph is denied. What a stop by Phillips, and Januzaj with a poor corner, but he can try again from an onside position, but Kinsella clears. Mesa header, good clearance, and great game. This is the best I've seen against these two clubs in a long time in terms of excitement. And here's Steven Kinsella, corner kick. David De Gea getting down to his left there, and that's headed away by Jones. Gulden cannot keep it in. It's a goal kick. But here's Luke Shaw, header, tennis with him and Kovacic, only as far as Januzaj, and Kovacic with his back to goal has missed wildly. I'd like to put in some floated crosses now, and that's pretty much all I need to do. No problems here, but a great game. Chesterfield just need to get more shots on target and we'll be okay. Here's Fryatt to Rudolph. Januzaj, oh dear, not good enough in my opinion. I think we need to demand some more as Manchester United look to take the initiative, and Phillips, desperate to be the number one goalkeeper in future, makes another great save, but it's all Manchester United in this half an hour of football. This last 15-minute phase has definitely belonged to them, and that's a laggy highlight, but Kovacic assists Jeff Rudolph, and it is Manchester United into the lead. It's taken them a while, but they have finally broken the deadlock, and the Community Shield could be heading back to Manchester after they lost it last season. And David De Gea, under no significant pressure, clears, but it's definitely massive improvement from Manchester United, and this could be 2-0. Good save, but it's only as far as Friat, and that's a real problem here. Just not good enough. The three strikers up top is so powerful, and Phillips concedes his first ever goals, there's only 3 goals he's conceded at Wembley, but 2 of them have been to Manchester United, and it's been an unfortunate end to the half, and we have to get something out of these players in the second, or else we're going to be thrashed yet again on the elite stage. And possession is still very good, so I'd rather just try something else, and it's already United on the offensive. Massive boos ringing around Wembley. Chesterfield have to get a goal back, and Forza will not be able to put a shot past David De Gea like he was able to do in the FA Cup final. Kavanagh though, free kick, charge down. That's Friat with a risky tackle there. Kavanagh set piece, and it's not good. Friat can counter. Hoogland though, not able to get any support, but he did well enough. We're going to have to make a change and make our tactics a bit more expansive, but we'll just wait a minute and see if we can make a difference, but not too bad in the second half. Rudolph out wide to Luke Shaw, very well played. Here's Januzaj. Oh, it looped into the path of Friat, and he couldn't convert that into a goal. Now I'm going to make my 2 changes here. Let's just make a decision. Number 1 will definitely be the striker, and that's Mohamed Ahmed going to get his chance. He's had a quiet pre-season, but I've faith he can improve our fortunes later on. I'm going to take off Stephenson and bring on Brian Lenihan. I don't really have any other midfielders fit apart from Sam Zand, but I'll just leave it at that for now. Kinsella and Goulden doing okay, but they need to improve, and oh no, it's Romelu Lukaku. Well, that's the last person I wanted to see come off the bench, but we'll have to make do and mark him up immediately. A fresh Lukaku will do severe damage. He was the Golden Boot winner in the Champions League last season. That's all you need to know. Even if Manchester United didn't make the final, Ahmed, early opportunity, well linked, but Chesterfield looking much more confident against United compared to what we were like at Old Trafford. And there's very intricate play. Ahmed denied by Phil Jones. Not much to talk about here. I'll make my final change now, but the Red Devil supporters in front of our goal this half will be delighted with what they've seen, and I'm going to throw on Mayo. He will go on the right wing, Kinsella onto the left wing, and Mayo, he's actually gone from a yellow ring to a sort of lime green ring, and that's a great improvement in such a short period of time, which is exactly what I want to see, just in case we have any winger problems in future. Mayo to Forza, and Ahmed back to goal. Mayo to Hoogland, and Lenihan, good short play. Forza releases Ahmed, that's a great tackle. Kinsella with a tame shot, and I think we have to say demand more again. That's Kavanagh, wasteful from the free kick. I didn't even want to watch that, if I'm honest with you. And Kashimba replaces Phil Jones, and Antonio Cesar is also on. Are you allowed to make more substitutions in this game? Hang on. Yeah, you can make more substitutions. Wankers, I didn't know that. I think I'll take off Forza and replace him with Callum Cook. Yeah, there you go. I actually didn't know. I would have done that earlier. And Sam Zand for Ronnie Pinot. That makes sense. There you go. I actually didn't know that. That's really cool. So we'll bring those 2 guys on. There you go. That's Shaban intercepting. De Gea with a very nice clearance. Turner to Czerny. Kovacic. And that's in for Lukaku, but well held by Marcel Phillips. Right. There we go, my last changes are made. Please get a goal, guys. Just give me something to believe. Not good from Kavanagh. Hoogland. Back to the Irishman. Samzand. Great ball. Cook. Samzand. Kinsella. No one could get the shot on goal that we need. Samzand again. Takes a trip. Cook. Kinsella. And cleared by Cesar. Good interception by Kubat, I believe. I couldn't check his number. And again, Kinsella needed to open his account and take a shot, but he couldn't. Lennon, great header. Cook, less so. He tries again, and one more time. Oh, the former vice-captain loses it, and Czerny has two options. He goes for goal, and that was Phillips doing nicely there to keep the ball out. Cesar, good clearance, but Turner is quicker. And Kovacic, fantastic touch, but Phillips has saved the day for the probably 15th time at this stage. That's cleared. Yes, 13 shots on target and 2 of them have been goals for United. So 11 saves, I can probably assume, for Marcel Phillips. He's had a good game. Ahmed, though, had no desire to chase that one down. We've got Cook and Kinsella in the final 30 seconds here. United are about to regain the Community Shield, one of their most successful tournaments. I know it's just a one-off game, but they've been in this fixture so many times throughout the years, and as league champions they will celebrate defeating the FA Cup finalists and the FA Cup winners. And that slipped in, an own goal. Oh, that's so undeserved. That's so undeserved. And United will play us again in 6 days, and the crowd rejoices for Manchester United winning the FA Community Shield yet again. So Chesterfield left battered and bruised. Very harsh result, and even at no pressure, we didn't do a great job. But Ronnie Pinho had a great game. He's definitely one of my first men on the team sheet. But there you go. The youngsters, Fryatt and Rudolph, getting the job done for United. And we'll just have to lick our wounds and beat them next week, and hope that we can get the top 7 in the Premier League again. But there you go, everybody. A very long episode. We're very disappointed to lose the Community Shield, but at least we had a debutant in Hoogland making the best of what he could. But there you go. For the very first time in our history, we've played in the Community Shield. But Manchester United have won this one-off game so many times. We'll check it out for sure. The Mats, where is it? 24 times they've won it. That must be a record. Absolutely unbelievable. So records, most times winner 24, yes. So there you go, everybody. Can we get revenge against Man United next week? We'll find out very soon. But until next time, fingers crossed we can get all our signings fit and ready to go for the season. Goodbye for now.